Welcome back to another episode of Friday Rolling with Ace. How you guys doing today? We made it to the end of the week, but before we get into anything, you know what we getting on, what we rolling on, okay? So, what we rolling on? We rolling on some Bashio, you feel me? That's what we got today. And we rolling it in, the raw papers on top of the THC tray. For all the OGs, you know, I still bring it up again. And this is the thing today. It's a Meso special, the 1 Million Man March. Stay tuned for this. You're going to be seeing this throughout next month. Videos for Black History Month. And I got a couple of Black History crew necks and stuff I might be wearing. So just stay tuned for next month's set of the videos. It'll be all Black History thing. But we, of course, will still have Black Riches on. But anyway, today, let's go ahead and roll this up. Let me know what y'all smoking on, rolling with in the comments below. And yeah, let's get into it. Like, them some fat ass nugs. You feel me? 2 fat ass nugs, but we ain't gonna break into them yet. I think that might be a lot. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it.
Hate to talk, but the drugs talking. Now I pop the perk and now the buzz talking. Wait, that's me talking. Better listen up, cause I don't say it often.
Yeah, life a game and I don't play it often. Smoke a dragon breath, niggas slay them off and I don't get no fucking drop. Fuck.
I don't say it often.
Nigga, life a game, I don't play it often.
Smoke big woods, but I hate the coffin.
Yeah, we making money, we created often.
When we in the A, we be faded often. When we in the yo, nigga, no talking. When we in the yo, just straight snapping. I fuck your bitch, no straight capping.
Camera light on me, nigga made action. Cam engineer, nigga made magic.
On the scene and we recapping, nigga get it clapping, semi-automatic. Nigga fuck the smoke, we want all the static.
Put my hand in front and then I caught her back in.
And we send the pack out at the Calabasas.
We evacuated, smoked a half a Dallas. Fuck an affidavit, nigga had to trap it. Triple seal deal in a pretty package.
Dropping back, I had to quarterback it. When I throw the pass, Pluto gotta catch it. Started with nothing, we made it happen. In the A straight rap trapping, on bump beds, nigga no stacking. On the couch and I ain't have a mattress.
Yeah, smoking woods, no nick patches. From the flame up to the fucking ashes. If we ever matching, then my lyrics matches. This exotic smoke, it ain't no fucking average. If I pitch the pack, that nigga got a baddie.
Nigga no cap, check them batting average. Monday through Sunday, we having traffic at the back in class, and I gotta stash it.
And the way I designed it been getting graphic. I can't live out my life, it's been getting tragic. And the way we was having, we really had it. If it's Mario and Pluto, we back to back to back to back to back to back.
Shawty really like my vibe. Shawty really like my vibe. She ain't wanna waste no time. It never cause no doubt. So why you wanna waste my time? Let me really make my mind up. So why you tryna get my love? Keep that shit behind us. Now why you tryna catch my vibe? She ain't wanna waste no time. Let me never cause no doubt. So why you wanna waste my time? Let me really make my mind up. So why you tryna get my love? Keep that shit behind us. Now why you tryna catch my vibe? Nigga wanna talk, may die. I ain't really feeling too alive. Girl, let's go take a ride. Feeling too good, may drive. Flying on these things where we come and spend the night. Feeling like you things by the way a nigga shine.
She look like Rihanna, dance right in the rain. She told me don't stop the music. We can get right to it, we can do it if you wanna do it. Cause I eat chocolate, cause I blow it. Put my feelings in the music, I'll even drop it when I do it. Got me used trap, I don't wanna use it. My cousin told me get used to it.
Okay, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Back at it, you know what I'm saying? All right, before we get into today's topic, also, you know what we're about to get into? What we reading on. That's what we're about to get into today. Of course, we reading, I don't know if you see the tower over there, the many tower of books that's starting to stack, but we still reading the same books, 12 Rules of Life, you know what I'm saying? Smarter, Faster, Cheaper. That was a book I got from a job I did, from the author person I did the job, the move for him. The Way of the Superior Man, you know what I'm saying? Think and Grow Rich. Just some books I'm still been reading, so yeah. So that's what we still reading on. So, but anyway, today's topic is HBCUs and how the HBCUs been treating these coaches when they be exposing the real. You feel me? I don't like how they just negating the fact of what they actually doing and not actually owning up to it, and they keep blaming the coaches for exposing them as shitty campuses. So, like I said, I went to HBCU myself. I didn't stay there that long due to some reasons and other stuff, but for the most part, I did enjoy the experience, but was it worth it? It was not worth it. I was paying $40,000 a year because it was a private institution, and at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it just wasn't, it didn't really equate the same value. Now, I did meet some pretty cool people, pretty cool friends, you know what I'm saying, 773 Pluto, Marithakidd, you know what I'm saying, but those are not the only people I deal with. But anyway, the thing is, what I want to talk about today about the HBCUs is how they've been paying these coaches and the like. Deion Sanders, Ed Reed, you know what I'm saying? I even watched the AD, what's his name? The AD at Bethune-Cookman talk back about Ed Reed, and so, you know what I'm saying, we're going to get into it. But anyway, like I said, not everybody can take constructive criticism, and Bethune-Cookman as an organization, as an administration in the school, has shown me that. And for the simple fact that Ed Reed, when he explained to the parents and the athletes and the students that was there in the room, he was like, I'm the only one that's gonna really care about you. I care about these kids, you know what I'm saying? And it really did show some, cause the fact that on Twitter, you got Bethune-Cookman students talking about how they got the water mold issues. The same shit that happened at Howard. Howard was having mold issues, shitty dorms and all this and that. And the thing people was making, they were just making excuses. Talking about, oh, we just had a hurricane. We had 2 hurricanes come and do it. How in the damn hell are these PWIs are able to fix it right on hand, but y'all not? That don't make sense. And the crazy part is people be like, oh, it's because of funding and money and this and that. And then we got to stop having old alums trying to back their school when they haven't seen their school in 20, 30 years. A lot can change in 4 or 5 years. A lot changed when I went back to my school. And I was like, damn, this is the same Xavier? You feel me? That's literally what happened to me. It's not, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of that shit changes over time. So like, you can't just have that same building that was up in 85. You can't have that same building up now in 2005 or in 2025. The structure is gonna be weak. You got all these natural disasters that happen. You still refuse to update a structure. And not even just from that perspective. My freshman year, we called our shit the pen. We literally called our dormitory, our dorm hall, the pen. And for all my people out there, they know that shit was made just like the pen. So you don't even have dorms that's inviting, that make me even want to go there. And mind you, and also the student, male to female ratio is but it might sound good, but a lot of that stuff is like you try and find your own outlet. And you still try and get some different time. You know what I'm saying? Of course you got the gym and shit, but everybody is starting to become part of that shit now. So it's like, really, can you really enjoy yourself? Cause like I remember, it was a bunch of shorties that used to come and listen to some of the niggas in our dorms, like, and our shit is the penitentiary, like, bro, it was literally made like the penitentiary. It was the craziest shit ever. But yeah, why you think these? If you go on Twitter right now, you can search any HBCU. The only HBCU that really I don't be really hearing problems. Now I do be hearing some problems coming from Southern. I ain't gonna lie, but every HBCU has their set of problems. But for multiple HBCUs to keep having the same problems with these dormitories, with the mold problem, with housing being not enough housing for it and stuff like that. Mind you, most HBCUs are private institutions. They not public. So a lot of their funding, they charging through the nose. They charging through the nose already for tuition. Like my school was $40,000 a year. 40 fucking thousand a year, dog. And just some of the shit that we had to go through and all that stuff. And then the fucked up part about it is, from class to class, all you hear is like the upperclassmen dudes, how they used to tell us, they was like, oh, this is a rite of passage. This is a rite of passage. And every year, everybody kept saying, it's like, no, when this rite of passage bullshit is gonna stop. You feel me? There shouldn't be a rite of passage to go through hell and then have to get nice shit. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have to be like that. Our ancestors didn't set this shit up for us to go through hell and then have to deal with, and then have to get new shit. Like, yeah, it was a way of saying that we earned it, but my grandparents been through that shit, that to the points where they don't want me to experience that shit. So for you to still have me experiencing this shit present day, you selling me out. Like my university, bro, like when COVID was popping off and the vaccine shots was coming out real quick, my Kundalai as president over here shaking hands with another president at another HBCU that was down there, and they shaking hands together for $20 million grant from the government or whatever, or from whatever research experiment it was. We knew it wasn't coming from the alums and shit like that. The alums, they was bringing in maybe like 5 million, 6 million here, or some was bringing in 10, but for the most part, it was like 500,000, 600,000, $1 million. Like that was the type of shit the alums was bringing in. To say this, to say that, I'm like, damn, the way my president has shook hands on live television and took that dosage, every last one of it, I'm like, this nigga just sold us like the fucking syphilis experiment. We was forced to get them bitches. No ifs, ands, buts about it. If you wanted to come back to campus, you had to have it. And it was just like, nah, dog. Like, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. And like, just want to say, like, that's like selling. That's why when Ed Reed gave that powerful speech to the parents and shit and all that, the students and the student athletes, that's why he gave that speech, because he know for real and he said it himself. He said it be your own people that don't even want to see it. And Dion was like, man, like when he gave out his words and curves, like I said, I've been watching videos for the past, and the shit just keep going up and up with Bethune-Cookman. Like nothing's good coming from it. And it's like, if you know you gonna keep going through hurricane season, why you keep making your building shitty, or why you storing trash in this building, or whatever the fuck. That's the one thing I could accept about Ed Reed. All right, so Dion got into it. All right, cool. I'm just here. I'm trying to build up. I'm not exposing the bad shit that's gonna happen. I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell the truth, but I'm gonna just worry about it and focus on my program while I'm here. And then he told the truth. He got the whole spill out later. Now, Ed Reed was like, nah, man, look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit. You want student athletes to live here, and you want regular kids. Not even just the student athletes. Think about the regular kids that's going there for academics, that's paying the amount of money and still having to take out student loans to live in shitty places. Like, no. So it's just the principle of the thing that really I seen that got Ed Reed, that made Ed Reed feel like, oh no, like we got to do something about this. Like this shit should not be like this. And that's why I give all respect to him, because I'm like, and that's why I respect Dion's decision to go to fucking Colorado for $52 million. That nigga was supposed to get guaranteed the ticket sales. He bought 30,000 ticket sales to JSU the first year or whatever. And then it was like, after ever that, he'd get a portion of the sales or whatever to the academics. the president wanted his face in the media as much as Dion did, but he ain't do half the shit he did for the school. I had people that went to Jackson and stuff like that they was telling me about their experience and them hard time finding housing. It was another they was having issues with their dorms and it being molded, and they was having all kind of crazy shit going on. And not alone, even though the Jackson the water problem was the Jackson thing, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a whole, it was a Jackson as a Jackson City whole thing type shit. But this shit, yeah, man, like you really start realizing like what black people be willing like to actually help. And when I'm starting to see from these HBCUs that a lot of these people just get into it for the simple fact that it's easy tax write-off for them and they business or whatever they got going on. They can lie up in everybody's face and shake hands and then this and that. And for the most part, it's an easy way to get them some big paychecks, you know what I'm saying, off of these donations. Because if they do they find, they get their little finder's fee or whatever, little cut or whatever. Just saying in general, just saying, because this is how some PWIs work. You feel me? You got finder's fees, like that's just how corporations work. So basically, HBCUs are turned into corporations. Literally, you know, they get minority scholarships too. Why you starting to think more white people and Asians going? They get bigger cuts from the government. The school get bigger cuts from the government. And so, you know what I'm saying, it's a win-win for them. So it's not necessarily about being about the kids no more. I don't think it necessarily was. You feel me? I don't necessarily think it was, for the simple fact, because if you say HBCUs is mostly for black students, how are we still accepting everybody else? You know what I'm saying? Everybody else outside of it just for the funds. And then, like I said, we had got $20 million. This shit was the craziest shit ever. We came back from break, right, from when they did that goofy ass shit. These motherfuckers put up automatic doors. Half the time the bitches didn't even work. Half the time, half of the buildings they was in, it was doing all kind of weird shit. And it was like, come on, bro. Like, be for real. And the thing was, it's an open campus. How you a private school but an open campus? That was the crazy part to me. I was like, this shouldn't even be a private campus if it's open. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, I'm walking through whole neighborhoods to get to one end of the building, to one end of the campus to the other end. You feel me? That's why I say a lot of shit just didn't make sense. It just seemed like, we just can't buy up and send these people onto it. White people do it all the time. PWIs do it all the time. How come HBCUs can't do it? And the funny thing is, I went to Southern a couple times, seeing their campus. I've been to NCAT campus. NCAT, all this shit is all on campus. Like everything, you don't see nothing splitting up, nothing. No neighborhoods, none of shit cutting through their campus. You feel me? The neighborhoods that like student housing, the extra student apartments and shit, they be on the outside, the outskirts. Like NCAT be having that. Southern had that. So like these are all been schools that's been working, you know what I'm saying? That's why they name really stay out there and people keep continuing to go to those specific HBCUs, because they actually putting their money towards, like when I seen I don't know if NCAT was the one that had the top school, they got like $80 million in funding or $100 million in funding in the year or whatever. Like you could literally see they put that money to their buildings. Like they even, you can tell where the hall dorms was. Like everything was set up like a PWI campus, and it made it feel welcoming and inviting. And I'm like, I see why this has the biggest student body, one of the biggest student bodies out of all HBCUs. Because look at it, like that's what I'm saying. Instead of having all 52 HBCUs, I think we should just go down to maybe like 32 or something. Like drop 20 schools, the 20 smallest schools, and actually put them into other campuses and start combining schools. That way we don't have the problems that Ed Reed sees. Like he going around exposing, y'all just hoarding buildings of trash and this and that. Then like you got the AD and the administration coming at him, and it's like we exposing all this shit. Like he was exposing the shit that everybody had questions and answer, that had questions about the shit in the past. They just was too scared to speak up. You feel me? Some people just mind their business. Other people was like, nah, I'm paying all this money. Why the fuck is this building still right here? Or why this is right here? Like, what is the purpose of this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel bad for PWIs taking all the niggas athletes. You know what I'm saying? It's at the end of the day, it comes down. if PWI is like, you know what I'm saying, they know they gonna make a meal ticket off of you or whatever. Okay, and now that they can start, college students can start taking deals and stuff like that. Like I literally seen a high school that came down from a deal from the NIL that was like worth $13 million. What? Fresh out of high school, $13 million as a college student, man. My name blowing up in this. Nigga, what? What? You think I'm finna go say this HBCU? Man, I ain't going to no HBCU unless I'm getting treated like luxury, you feel me? That's why I'm like, PWIs are like be setting the platform. That's why Prime, like, look, I gave you the whole plan. So if you want to take it and run with it, go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? He gave Jackson a go away. He said, but you know what I'm saying? I don't understand like how he literally a Hall of Fame NFL player. Every Hall of Fame NFL player that coming to be head coaches and bringing their coaching staff. They coaching these kids up, making them 4 or 5 stars and sending them to the NFL. Like, why not? Excuse me. Why not? Why not have that support at your school? Why not do that at your school and stuff like that? But, you know what I'm saying? I just hate that how they just be putting aside, and then when the students come out and start speaking about their experience and the parents actually starting to see this shit, because like my peoples used to get mad at me for telling other motherfuckers about the realities of HBCU living. It's not just because you paying, basically some people pay $40,000, you know what I'm saying, to be part of a culture, basically. You know what I'm saying? To experience the culture or whatever. When you can experience that culture right outside your door or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? That was my whole thing about it. I was like, how in the damn hell you gonna pay me $40,000 just to experience my own shit when I can just do this out at a PWI and go to a PWI, a smaller PWI at the bigger, like in the same, like let's say NCAT, you know what I'm saying? I can go to Greensboro, right? And if NCAT a little more expensive than the PWI, or the PWI offer me more money, you know what I'm saying? I can go there for damn near free versus having to pay $6,000-7,000. Why not take the free and take the free from the PWI and on the weekends go kick it with the HBCU students, or go do this or go do that? Like, that's why I'm glad I have me and my partners all went to different schools, because we can go and do see and touch different shit. And of course, even like with being on 10 Damn Blackout, this was back in the day though, this not now. I was connecting with motherfuckers that went to Southern, Prairie View, and like they come visit the city or whatever, come kick with a nigga like that, Florida, FAMU, like all these schools. And this was what I wanted to see. I'm like, if Bethune-Cookman shit was that bad, I wonder what FAMU shit was looking like. Cause think about it, both of them been through the same 2 hurricanes. Hell, my school even got hit by them hurricanes too. So it's like, and so is the other HBCU down there in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? That shit, I was just like, man, this don't make sense. I'm like, it don't make sense how bad our own people try and tear our people down for exposing the truth of what we should be doing with group economics versus what we are doing. You feel me? That's all I'm thinking. I'm seeing from my perspective is what Laaarry did was expose the whole spectrum of our group economics as black folks. That's what I think what he did was so important, because it really exposed, like I said, the group economics of how administrations come together. Certain administrations, all right, you got these few people and they go down and they trickle down and affect how that administration might not have your kid's hand at heart, or it might not have this at heart, or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So for him to even have some decorum about it and go apologize, hey, you know, use the word of the week, but he had some decorum about it. But he was like, yeah, goddamn it, I'm gonna cuss, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's a shame, it's a pitiful. Nobody else is gonna care for these kids like I'm gonna care for these kids. Like how he, word for word, that's what he said in these videos, and you can go look the shit up. It's ridiculous, nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? Like Dion, he did all of that. He even put his own money into the school. He not get a thanks. He didn't get nothing. He got a bye-bye, a farewell, like, all right, cool, we don't need you. You know what I'm saying? Why is it that when black folks go and learn the white people's systems and this and that to come back and bring it back to the community, why is the community so against that? And it's like, you're not elevating or going nowhere. You're not improving no better. Why are you so against of improving fast like this and going up and actually changing and adapting to the times? I feel like we still stuck in the civil rights mindset. This is why I say the whole equality of coming together, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what Martin Luther King fucked up at, for the simple fact that equality should have never happened. We should have stayed segregated. That way, when we stay segregated, that would have made a stronger hold on our group economics. Our black dollar would have stayed within the black dollar. You know what I'm saying? We would have a lot more rim shops that's actually creating rims, black companies creating rims. We have a lot more. We might even have, by this time, we probably would have had our own black car companies. We would have had our own this, we would have had our own that. And white people would have just keep trying to seep in and finding it. One thing I'll be saying, this, I know this kind of off topic, but this is something I had to put in there. Side Collective keep getting not cease desist letters, but he keeps showing like law records or papers that they keep sending him from Nike saying that he infringed on their design. How? When all his shit is all original, all different, you know what I'm saying? And he has all his patents for his shoes. So that's what he constantly is a reminder of, like, how if we took group economics seriously, white people will constantly keep forward, like these corporations will crumble. Like they literally, we are damn near the #1 consumers of this country, you feel me? It is $2.1 trillion in the black community, spending money in the black community. That's what we spend, $2.1 trillion annually. It's a whole study. Just look it up. The annual spending, matter of fact, we can look it up right now. The annual spending of the black community. Oh, well, say now. Hold on. Where it go? It's like black spending. So this is coming from CNBC, January 2nd, 2022. Black spending power reaches a record $1.6 trillion, but net worth falls. You feel me? The net worth is the point. We have $1.6 trillion in spending money. Why can't we spend that shit amongst ourselves and multiply that to $10 trillion or multiply that to $2 trillion 1 year? The next year, that $2 trillion turn into $4 trillion. That $4 trillion turn into 8. That 8 turn into the 16. And by that time, we done took over the whole economy and all this and that. You know what I'm saying? So it say, although the group's net worth declined 14%, 14%. Our net worth declined 14%, and it's all the other stuff that's in with it. Our women want to argue with us and this and that, and want to be combative. That's basically what, like, our women want to be combative. It's like, come on, like, our group economics should bring that a man and a woman come together. We're polar opposites. Yeah, stuff that might be hard for you is easy for me. But the stuff that's way harder for me is a lot easier for you because you don't have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So to have to play like they don't have no good, like, for feminism to be like, oh, this, and this is misogynistic. But they don't talk about all the good shit they got already. You see, they keep that shit on the wrap. Like, no, girl, we got to keep that. But having more bathrooms than one and making us stand in line for this and that, like, I was watching Degrassi with Shorty. That feminist group on there, I was like, oh my God, this is what the fucking world has came to. This is what the world has came to. And it's like, it's so unfortunate to see this shit happen. But it's just like, this is what happened. This is what happened when you allow emotions take over. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can go to it. Oh, it's a video. Frank Holland joins Squawk Box to report the black spending power reached a record of $1.6 trillion in 2021. Hey, how the hell did we reach a record a year after being on lockdown? How in the damn hell does that make sense? And ain't none of that shit came back to us. Although the group's net worth declined 14%. This is a CNBC video. You can look it up. Like, I remember watching the video back in the day. It was telling us about our spending money was like $2.1 trillion, like annually or some shit like that. But this was like back in the day. This is like an old thing. And it's like, how, like, What in the world are we doing wrong? And one thing I said, like I said, what Ed Reed exposed was how Bethune-Cookman, right between their campuses, they drove through a fence on the field. They track field is just a straightaway. They had all this grass. You know, how the hell you supposed to practice on that on a track? You know what I'm saying? You run track or whatever the fuck. How in the damn hell were you supposed to what they said? Like, he drove through a fence. He like, look at this shit, man. And then he passing buildings like, that's a whole building full of trash. And that building trash, like the outside looked dilapidated and all this shit. And it really got me thinking, how many other schools are like this? Because think about it. I know some community colleges that look way better than HBCUs. And you can pay a fucking fraction to go there. And you'll get a better experience. And it's like, come on, man. We got to do better. It's like, and then looking at this, $1.6 trillion in spending money, but the net worth declines 14%. That is wow. You know what I'm saying? If it was like 1 or 2%, that'd be cool. But 14% after coming off lockdown and receiving unemployment checks and COVID checks and all this checks, it's like, where the fuck are we spending this shit at? Why are we not coming? Like, what is up with the group economics? So, like I said, I feel like that was a real good thing on Ed Reed point because it exposes the group economics of black folks. That's just how I feel. Because a lot of we don't come together. That's our biggest thing. And the biggest thing is the media constantly puts us against each other. And that's just what it is. But the thing is, we allow ourselves to be consumed by the media. To what they show is that's thing how our kids think that's how we supposed to come up and be. And it's like, nah, like you don't hear about motherfuckers discovering solar power, and you don't hear about the black people that's building hearing aids that could translate into different languages and shit like that. You don't be hearing about stuff like this. They keep all that shit on the wraps, but whatchamacallit got a Christian Rock and Blueface and did another one, and motherfuckers constantly talking about them. Like, who gives a fuck about that shit? Like, if they want to be clowns for the internet, let them be clowns, but that shouldn't be what be going up and down our timeline. Like, what should be going up and down our timeline? Oh, I done made this trade. I think everybody will look, let's have a group discussion about this. Let's see how can we come together. Or I thought this business idea would be really cool. Let me know if anybody be interested. I just want to talk about it, you know what I'm saying, explain a little bit. That's kind of why why this whole thing came about, because it's just like, we are going the wrong direction, and we keep going this direction, we'll damn near eliminate ourselves. But technically it's damn near impossible, because we are the superior gene, but we're not even gonna talk about that. That's a whole nother thing in itself. I forgot what the gene is called. Damn, what that superior gene called? Cause I learned it in history. Like, my history class in high school was the shit. Superior gene. What was that superior gene name? I gotta think about it. Cause it was a black research documentary that they did, and it was talking about melanin. They was talking about how melanin is like the root of a whole bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? Melanin. Yeah, so it was saying that the melanin gene, that's what it was, I think. But they called it some name. That's what you gotta watch. Some documentaries I do recommend watching: Hidden Color 1, and Hidden Color 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I ain't watched 4 yet though. I don't remember when Hidden Color 4 came out, but that really did open my light up to some shit that I'm like, bro, like, this shit is ridiculous. You feel me? 2011, 2012, 2014, and 2016. But Hidden Color, I recommend that shit. I recommend Dane Calloway channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like once we understood and where we going, you know what I'm saying, it'll make everything, like, it'll be eye-opening to see that, look, we don't have to go down this road, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to be against each other. The best thing is for us to come together we all we got at the end of the day. So our minority in the states or whatever can take their majority. You know what I'm saying? Because of melanin, for the simple fact of melanin. Ooh, excuse me. I hate when this happens. I don't know why I be yawning so much. I've been up since 7 though. That's probably why. But yeah, so that's what I'm like, the HBCU, just because it's an HBCU, look, I'm gonna tell you this now. This is just a PSA for niggas trying to go, if they thinking about going to school. If you're gonna go to an HBCU, make sure you got as much of that shit paid off, because pretty much you're gonna be paying for culture. And when you go, actually go and explore, talk to the actual students. Like, the students are also kind of give you game around whatever, but some people actually came up to me, I'm like, look, certain stuff we have to deal with, but it does get better. But for the most part, it's some stuff you like, damn, like, I wasn't living like this at home. Like, that's what I don't understand, like how people, and especially like a lot of black middle class, because we have so much of it. A lot of the black middle class, I just be like, damn, I wonder how do they kids be feeling when they go out to these dorms and they hear the names, the pen and stuff like that. And mind you, they might not necessarily been around the streets, but of course, you know, it don't never necessarily hide from people. But I know a lot of black folks that don't know or don't have a sense of street smarts. They just book smart and what their parents let them know was good or bad and stuff like that. So it's just that when you look at it on a smaller scale, that's why I say that video was so important, because it showed what group economics did, what our group economics look. It made our group economics look bad, because how HBCU started off so good back in the day, and then this shit just started going downhill. That's why I say we was better off being segregated but equal, and not equal and still segregated. I mean, not still segregated. We segregated but equal. You feel me? That would have been the best thing for us. Cause no matter of fact, no other way. The only way they was gonna be able to really destroy us was, like I say, bomb our cities and rape us, the women and this and that. But like I said, you had the Black Wall Streets, and like that's a prime example of what group economics looks like flawlessly in the black community. Doctors, lawyers, we all know each other. We all friends and shit like that. So we all just, we do shit for each other. And all our money just keeps circling back within us. We got our own economy in here. We got butchers. We got carpenters. We got plumbers, electricians. We got specialty motherfuckers in software. We got people that's artists, musicians. We got all these different aspects of what can make a thriving society. And yet we still waste time and bicker and beef with each other and go back and forth, when the biggest enemy is not even us. It's not even each other. It's the psychological warfare that they put in your face on your this handheld computer. That's the biggest psychological warfare that, that's out there. So some stuff you just got to, like, hold on, let me make sure this still recorded. All right, yeah. So like I'm saying, some stuff we just gotta like take it and like look at it, think about it, reevaluate. Like, damn, is this something we should really be concerned about? Like, that shit is crazy. So, like I said, more power to Deion Sanders, more power to Ed Reed. They both care about the kids. Like, Deion literally said this. He said, what's the difference of seeing? He said the difference of having a whole stadium filled out of people that look just like you, 30, 40, 50,000 people looking just like you, versus 100,000 people and only 10,000, 20,000 of them people look like you. The atmosphere, the different things. Like I said, it's all about. That's why I say most of the time when you paying for HBCUs, it's really about the culture. You know what I'm saying? The Greeks or whatever and stuff like that, but I still feel like that shit is universal with the Greeks now. So, excuse me, but I don't know. It's just that the group economics is what needs to be taught back to black people. You know what I'm saying? That's what needs to be taught to our community. But also, The black people is what's gonna keep this shit running. Niggas is what's gonna destroy this shit. So I ain't gonna lie, son. A lot of niggas just ain't gonna make the cut. And I say niggas, not black people, niggas. Niggas might not make the cut for the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Black people, yeah. Niggas, nah. Ooh, excuse me. For the simple fact that I know black people that can turn that shit off and on. I know black people that code switch. I know black people that be flipping their voices and this and that, and where these white people think they getting their ass kissed, and nah, nigga, fuck nah. But I was like, oh yeah, let me get right on it. Man, I'm finna go over here bullshit some more. I'm finna go get on the phone call or whatever. Like, I can drag my feet, do this, but I'm gonna set up for my community or whatever. I'm gonna do what's good for me and bring it for my people. So that's all I'm saying. Is just like, we have to do better as a people of actually supporting and understanding where we trying to come from, instead of trying to make easy licks off of each other. I think that's the biggest thing that is our downfall, is trying to make easy licks out of each other. So that's really what's gonna be the big whole deal between everything. Hold on, let me go grab this dog real. And anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, it's completely dependent on us whether we whether we rather hear the truth or we rather hear covered up lies. You feel me? No, feel good lies. That's what I should say. That's all it's come down to, whether we rather hear the fucking truth or covered up lies. You know what I'm saying? But hey, like I said, not everybody can be saved. Shout out to Laaarry, man. We all know you was really trying to do good for your peoples, your kids, and all the kids that come. Those parents. That's when black parents really started to see the shit at these HBCUs. And that's when I started looking. I'm like, damn. So I don't think these alumni, they think just because they grad. Like, this is what I don't understand about alums. They be going on and on. Like, yeah, go to my school, this and that. You ain't been to that motherfucker in 20 years. And the only time you go during homecoming. You don't go see the time where these students out here hustling and grinding, trying to get this degree paper or whatever. Like, you don't go back into them times no more. You don't want to relive them shits. You don't want to relive the stress or the depression and all that shit with them. So how come you celebrate your school, but you don't necessarily also talk about or understand your school? Because spectrum. Excuse me. Or how come you don't be like, oh no, like this ain't right, like we need to get this shit together and fix this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Where is that shit? Where did that be at? Where do let's come together, let's get actual help services, let's actually still be involved to where, like, if the administration give up on them, who gonna be here for these kids? You know what I'm saying? You constantly want to be notarized, your school to be notarized and stuff like that. Hey, it ain't gonna be notarized if you don't participate. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. The 52 should be cut down to 32. A bunch of these, the 20 smaller schools, you just, you know what I'm saying, do without them. Instead of them being private institutions, I think they should just keep all public. You know what I'm saying? Soak in as much of the government funds and put it back into your own kids. Amazing STEM programs, amazing. And that's what also I realized, like, the teachers don't even be black. They be these foreign ass Indians and Africans and white people and everybody but a black teacher. Like, I had hardly any black professors. You know what I'm saying? And the black professor I did, I wouldn't even say they was African American. You feel me? I still say they was tied to something else. But like I said, it's just structure. What it comes down to, stop getting easy licks. We gotta get our group economics together, stuff like that, cause like that is fucking sad. 2 NFL's Hall of Fame defensive players coming to HBCUs to head coach, bringing kids to that school. You know what I'm saying, oh, I'm playing underneath Dion. Man, I'm trying to just get me a scholarship to go to Jackson. All right, I committed to Jackson. I'm playing underneath Dion. You know what I'm saying, I'm picking his brain as a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? Laaarry, I'm under Laaarry. I'm a safety. Let's see if I'm a safety, I'm a cornerback. I'm definitely gonna be. I'm with it. Come on, let's get it. Even if I was a receiver or alignment or something. Everybody, yeah, they might only play one specific position in the NFL, but they all got different experience from the people they played with. And that's not saying that they won't bring their previous teammates to come see y'all, to come see the kids or whatever. So I just think that that's where we kind of have the off balance of like, whatever, like, we just on that little tightrope, tight line or whatever, just like, la, 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 and it's like, nothing gonna get done. But, hey, like I say, if you can go to PWIs for free, go. You know what I'm saying? You get plenty of minority scholarships out of there, too. Like I said, because white people and Asians go to HBCUs and get the minority scholarships. So, shit, here, you might as well go take advantage of that shit, that PWI and all this shit. Why you think Asians are never hardly in the news? You don't never hear about that group economics. These niggas come in and resell. Y'all heard. The Arabs too, the Arabs too. They come back and sell liquor, backwoods, the herb products. They resell everything that the Black America uses. Between the Asians and them Arabs. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it. Like, hey, just think about it. If we slowly, like, I see it. That's why I only follow black people. I don't follow niggas. I follow black people for the most part. I don't really give about the nigga shit no more. I've been there, done that. Don't care about it. It only took me down further down the path. Now I'm coming back up through the black people path where I'm going in, building assets. I'm just buying stuff here and there. Like, if I got the money for it, if I budgeted for it, all right, cool. But, you know what I'm saying? I just hit myself in a hard reset because I'm coming up with a deeper plan that'll actually push me through the next 5 years, because I don't want to go and just stick to something and be to it, you know what I'm saying? Be at one job for a while and keep doing it. I want to actually enjoy it. So that's going to be my whole thing, and I'm still debating on where I want to go and shit like this. So, man. But, anyway, that's it for today. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to talk about the HBCUs and the whole thing about the atmosphere and the pen and the dorms. Like I said, Howard, Jackson, who else was in bad doing? Bethune. Like, how do you have these? Oh, TSU, Lincoln. These are all schools that had issues with dorm halls or had, like, literally my little cousin went to Lincoln talking about they had, I don't know if it was roaches or mice or whatever they was having. It was real bad, and they had a real bad mold problem and this and that. And it's like, these buildings are as old as the institution itself. It's time to replace that shit. Like, that. This shit don't last forever. And I think that's where enough natural disasters or cause that shit. You know what I'm saying? Mold would be trapped somewhere in some wood, and all of a sudden it's over the kids' stuff and everything. And it's just like, that's not a good environment to live in. But, and some of these schools be stressing students out, man. Like my previous school, man, they give you 3 assignments due one day, 10 assignments due the next. You got 2 papers due by the end of the Friday, and you got a test and then 5 exams next week. Like, what is all this workload for? Like, this ain't. And the crazy part is, you're gonna relearn all this same shit when you go back out to the real world. That's why I say experience is the best teacher. And that's something my dad told me. Experience is the best teacher. And ever since then, I stuck to it and lived by this shit. I would rather take experience over a book smart motherfucker any day. Any fucking day. Because experience, you can't teach experience. You can teach book smarts, you can't teach experience. And the thing about experience is, you come up with your own clever ways to finesse stuff or get through it and make it even better. Or if not, you put it up there temporarily, then you come back, reevaluate the problem. Like, all right, cool, I figured it out. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff. Book smarts, they just take it and they're like, I think that'll work just because of what the book said. Like, when you actually go through the whole experience of it, you're gonna be like, damn, like a bunch of stuff hitting, like this hitting, that's equating and stuff like that. That's all I'm saying. I would take experience over Booksmarks any day. And that's what I've seen. That's how these white people be having these billion-dollar industries. I want to see you with experience. I don't want to see a piece of paper. But hey, like I said, I just wanted to come to y'all real quick, talk about that, kind of talk about our group economics a little bit, talk about the situations that have been going on with the head coaches over the football programs and how HBCUs are treating, how HBCU kids are being treated. Look, all I can say is go on Twitter, search up any BCU or PVAMU or XULA or Dillard or whatever the fuck you want to search up. You know what I'm saying? You can search TSU, but make sure it's the right TSU because you got two of them. Lincoln, Howard, it's everywhere. Like, everybody has a story to tell and how the situation been going. So it's just like, you keep paying all this money, and that's why I should have went before I decided on school and going out as far as I did. But it's like I said, experience is the best teacher. My experience has paid for this shit over. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really tripping. So, but hey, that's the end of that. You know what I'm saying? And you're probably not gonna touch on it too much in the future, but I just had to come in and add a little 2 cents to it because I just don't understand it. Because I'm trying to come from a perspective of like what I see and versus the experience I had and what I've seen good out there. Like, I've seen HBCUs trying to do good, giving them scholarships, refunds, all this and that, filling your kids' pockets or feeding them well, stuff and like that. But how come we can't focus on building better environments? Like, why does the environment have to be so bad? You know what I'm saying? You can work the food and you get checks all day long, but how come the environment is not what it is? Like, how can we show group economics within our school? Like, how can we not support each other? Stuff like that. But that's all. But that's all I came to for. So, man, that shit is stuck to the sidewalk. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna finish enjoying my shroom smoothie. I'm just hoping that we get our group economics together and this whole me versus you or them versus us or us versus them, all that shit stop, because it's only destroying the community. It's not making it no better. That's why I felt it was bad that Uncle Kev passed the way he did, and it was so unexpected, like just a heart attack. I really feel like that man was taken out, but hey, that's my own theory, because he was teaching shit that white people didn't want us to hear. They don't want us to hear about that shit. He was really telling, like, look, you can't make no powerful connection or like that. You walk around these bodies and like, the soul tap, man. Soul connection is the best connection, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, like I said, that was my last raps to that. We'll probably talk about hidden color and stuff like that in the future. Let me know if y'all want to still hear about more about the school build and van stuff, the traveling shit. So we can definitely talk about that some more. But shit, it don't even matter what we get into. I got a couple of videos on react to. Sunday is gonna be a shroom vlog. That shit gonna be hard, so I'm gonna do that. And yeah, other than that, I want to thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for coming. Leave all your comments and thoughts below. Oh yeah, we got to get into it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, we're gonna do our little. Well, we'll do a market recap next week, so I'll probably do that every other week. You know what I'm saying? I don't think every week could be cool, but this week's song of the week. Let me see.
I don't know.
Hey, dim the spotlight, the poet the city needs is him in the dark night. Matter of fact, this gonna be the song of the week. The original, flow and count the cash a lot. I know that my mind's the time. Want to cut the past a lot. Stay at home, astronaut. Flow and count the cash a lot. But they win the bash a lot. Damn. Hold on. Matter of fact, we gonna do the good old fashioned Pluto Street. That's the song of the week, Pluto Street Part 1, man. This was a banger, bar for bar, banger, you know what I'm saying? They don't know me in my hood, cause I be out the way. Traffic holic in the dark at night, I made 1,000 plays. Found my place, I ain't rap about the blick around my waist. This the fuck the feds, listen to what I'm about to say. This boom bap, this the niggas to they tune. Rap, Earl rap, wolf rap, hollering at the moon. Bro, you gotta listen to it. But anyway, a word of the week. Let's see. Group economics. Let's go with that. The word of the week, group economics. Let's define it right here, right now, so we all have an understanding for the week. Group economics meaning. All right, so the phrase group economics refers to a collective of people who pool their finances to reach a common goal that couldn't have been accomplished otherwise. Oh, excuse me. Oh, wow. And look, when I looked that up, 6 ways group economics build wealth within black community, or black Americans. Ooh, excuse me. See, they even put it up here, so how we not following it? You can send the count to guap with me. I'm gonna run it back though, cause we're gonna run it down real quick. But yeah, this that's the phrase of the week. Well, phrase of the week, word of the week, group economics. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if we can come together, think about starting something, pulling some money together, and let's get something going. So, anyway, I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna run back Pluto Street. You feel me? So y'all understand this.
Top flow shit, no back door shit. Yeah.
They don't know me in my hood, cause I be out the way. Traffic holic in the dark at night, I made 1,000 plays on my place. I ain't rap about the blick around my waist. This the fuck the feds, listen to what I'm about to say. That boom back, this that niggas to they tune. Rap, Earl rap, wolf rap, hollering at the moon. Wish a motherfucker would fuck with you and do rap too. Got some physical buzzes in a new cap. Who is that in the ski mask, spinning to his rags, putting in the skinny pants, spitting all the coolest trash, coolest cat. Puffin' from exotic, he be moving past. On about the pockets, all that pocket watch is doing there. Loose lips, sink shit, tight clips, moves it bad. Pluto be the tube, I'm spinning prophecy, them tools flag. I am what I gotta be. I done get into that. Ain't any means necessary. You already knew that. Homie told me any nigga play with me, get booed back. And I don't understand you do that, too that. Instead of put a nigga on the news rap, I guess I'll call it doom back. Guess I need some new raps. I ain't go to one of the one that's on the room that started from the bottom of the bottom, still some food scraps. I know when I gotta be. I don't get the king, I'm gonna see my mama see. Who gonna send and count the guap with me? They're gonna calling me. You wasn't in the gym. I'm sorry you put up shots with me. You ain't get no money if you never hit them shots with me. You don't understand me. You think you stand on top of me? I'm my own planet. Best believe I got autonomy. Everything gives the money, but I pop out with a lot on me. Every day I'm smoking broccoli.
Only with the family, I don't need the ones that follow me. I am what I can be. It's some places I still gotta see. It's
prophecy. Pluto got the upper hand, lusting after love again. Found her in the wood smoke, found it when I got up again. Yeah, found it when I was suffering. See the gun smoke, Pluto in the flame, puffing it. Thousand I'm crushing, then I'm pumping in my lung again. How I surround the wine, I'm gonna run the motherland. And about to understand, you understand, brother man, I'm a real deity. Tell me what you see in me, look me in my eyes. Can you tell me what the demons see? Master of a killer, I don't care if you believe in me. Push me to the edge, my death, my friend, and she compete with me. I don't play pretend. I ain't known to keep the heat with me. I don't know to do a lot of things. Fuck what the people see. Known around the rare about a single one. I'm rare about a knowing around the Kevin's about some niggas. I don't care. They women wanna be with me. I ain't finna air them out. Yeah, touch your heart and tear it out. Reaper think he tight me. Visual is tear now. Reaper think he teaching me. That builds you up to tear you down. I don't get it. If you battle with it, make a rap and split it. Now I'm tell the cops we don't fuck with lion pigments.
If a nigga try and get it, may he never take it. In my generation, I'm the realest, never known to fake it. Moved away the oldest gangsters like the Oakland Raiders.
Red and blue, the always black and white, the cola Sega. I won't get too specific, we can talk Chicago later. Every nigga try me make them, maybe never take them. Like, that's hard, bro. Go, stay tuned, man. Y'all gotta go check that out, bro. Stay